Okay, the Petrified Library. 7 recovered scripts of the Eternal Archive. These words were not written. They were remembered. Every stone tells the truth. Every truth turns to stone. Forward from the archivist. The Petrified Library was not built, it grew. Scholars have argued for centuries whether the library is a place, a punishment, or a phenomenon. Those who have entered its halls, the few who returned, describe walls of living stone etched with text that shifts when observed from different angles, as though the rock itself is still deciding what is true. What follows are 7 scripts recovered from the library's deepest chambers. They arrive in 2 forms: ancient prophecies carved by unknown hands before recorded history, and the personal journals belonging to individuals who died within the library walls. Their final words absorbed into stone the moment their breath ceased. Reader, be warned, the library does not allow lies. Any text that enters its walls is rewritten. This is why no fiction has ever survived inside. Only truth remains. Whether you are prepared to read the truth is a question only you shall answer. Okay, now this, where I have it's a forward. Let me see, baby. I guess not. I thought I had the forward, but oh well. Script 1, Ancient Prophecy, the first inscription. Found on the entrance arch. Language, pre-Diluvian. It's Diluvian. Age unknown. Before the first city was named, before the first king raised his hand and called himself God, this was carved above the threshold. No chisel marks were found, no mason's signature. The stone simply always bore these words, as though the arch remembered them. You will come here seeking answers. You will leave carrying weight. Below the primary inscription, a secondary line runs vertically along the right column, readable only when one stands precisely 1 arm's length from the stone and tilts the head to the left. The library has never had a visitor, only additions. Researchers intentionally interpreted this as metaphor. After the 3rd expedition failed to return, the interpretation was revised. Okay, now baby. Oh, all right. The Last Archivist, Personal Journey of the Dead. Absorbed into stone. Final entry of Chamber 1. The entrance. Age, 23 years ago. I'm reading this. I know it's out of order, but oh well, it's just who I am. It's everywhere. But I'm somewhere. Okay. This is the most recent addition to the library. It appeared 23 years ago, written by a woman who identified herself only as the last archivist, a title she gave herself, as there is no record of an official archive or institution assigning it. She's the only person known to have entered and exited the library multiple times. 17 documented visits over 30 years. On her 18th visit, she did not exit. Her final entry is carved into the wall beside the entrance. The first thing a visitor sees upon arrival. I've spent 30 years documenting this place. I have translated 3,000 inscriptions. I have cataloged 900 journals. I have mapped 42 chambers through the number changes. What I want to tell you, you reading this right now, is something I did not expect to learn from a building. The library does not preserve truth because truth is cold and permanent. It preserves truth because truth is the only thing that remains warm after everything else has gone cold. Facts decay, data corrupts, memory fails. When something true happens, when a person does something genuinely honest, when they love someone without reason, when they stand in a difficult place and choose correctly, that truth outlasts everything else. It sinks into the stone of the world. The library is just the stone of the world made visible. I am ready to be part of it now. I hope whoever reads this finds what they came for. I hope it is not too heavy to carry out. Okay. All right. Script 3, Personal Journey of the Dead. The Journal of Marion Vale. So it's spelled M-A-R-I-E-N, then space V-A-E-L. Absorbed into stone. Final entry dated day 12 of her stay. Age 300 years. Wow. Marion Vale was a historian who entered the library in 1724 to document its contents. She carried with her a leather journal. The journal was never found, but an eastern wall of chamber 3, her words appeared. Stone gray in her own handwriting, exactly as she wrote them. The following are her final 7 entries. That's a good number. Day 1, I have arrived. The library is colder than expected, smaller than described, and I believe the others exaggerated its size for dramatics. I already filled 4 pages with notes. Day 3, I cannot find the exit I used to enter. I am not concerned, though. There must be another way through. Now, the funny thing is there's no day 4, there's a day 5. The laws are changing, or I'm changing. It is difficult to tell which. My notes from, that's all it says. Day 1. Now read differently than I remember writing them. I'm not sure this journal is still mine. Day 7. I found another journal embedded in the wall. A woman named Yasura, 200 years ago, wrote the same words I wrote on day 3. Word for word. I'm going to sit with this for a while. Day 9. I understand now why nothing false survives here. The library does not destroy lies. It simply waits. Truth is patient. It outlasts everything. Day 11. I am no longer afraid. I think this is either wisdom or the last stage of something else. I have written my daughter's name on the wall with my finger. The stone absorbed it. I hope she finds it one day. Day 12 in red ink. I think I understand what the library is. It's not a building. It's the place where everything that ever happened comes to rest. We are all eventually. And then it fades. The entry ends mid-sentence. The stone below it is smooth, blank, as though waiting for the next sentence to arrive on its own. Okay, ready? Script 4. The Journal of the Unnamed Soldier, absorbed into stone, no date, no name, age 800 years. This journal appeared in Chamber 9 without identification. The writer refers to a war but names neither side, neither country, and neither cause. Historians have argued over its origin for decades. None have reached consensus. The library does not allow names to be erased. The fact that no name appears suggests the writer had already erased it themselves, long before entering the library. We fought because we were told to. I believed in it at first. Most of us did. Then the winter came and we stopped believing in anything except warmth. Then the second winter came and we stopped believing in warmth. I have killed men whose names I will never know. I carry this. It does not get lighter. People told me it would get lighter. People lied. The library will not let me write that it gets lighter. I have tried. The words dissolve before the stone can hold them. But I want to write something true before I am done, so here it is. This is in red ink. Last night, before the battle that ended everything, the soldier next to me, my enemy, separated from his regiment, shared his bread with me without being asked. We did not speak the same language. We did not need to. In the morning, we fought on opposite sides. In the morning, I do not know what happened to him. I do hope he lived. I'm allowed to write that. The stone kept it. I hope he lived. And that's in red ink. Okay. Now it says script 2, ancient prophecy. The cartographer's wall. Cartographer's wall, I think. Found in chamber 7, the hall of what was. Language, Old Sumerian, age 4,200 years. An entire wall of chamber 7 bears a map, not of land, but of decisions. Each path is labeled not with geography, but with consequences. Scholars spent 11 years decoding the map before realizing it was not historical, it was predictive. The following is a partial transcription of the map's margin annotations. Annotations. The river that bends east at the third stone will flood in the season of the second drought. The king who ignores the shepherd's warning will lose his son before his throne. The woman who takes the longer road will arrive. The woman who takes the shorter road will also arrive, but she will no longer be the same woman. That is so deep. I'm going to say that again. The river that bends east at the third stone will flood in the season of the second drought. The king who ignores the shepherd's warning will lose his son before his throne. The woman who takes the longer road will arrive. The woman who takes the shorter road will also arrive, but she will no longer be the same woman. The map continues for another 40 meters. At its terminus, where all roads converge into a single point. I'm going to say this one more time. The map continues for another 40 meters. At its terminus, where all roads converge into a single point. The following is inscribed in larger text than any other marking on the wall, and it's in red ink. Every path was always going here. Okay? Every path was always going here. Here, the library, the point of convergence. It is unclear whether this is comfort or condemnation. Okay, next script. Ancient prophecy. The 7 facts of the world. Found on the ceiling of the central vault. Language unknown. Age pre-human. And this is disputed. And none of this is in red ink. Found on the ceiling of the central vault. Language unknown. Age pre-human, disputed. These 7 lines are inscribed on the ceiling of the library's central chamber, requiring the observer to lie flat on the floor and look upward to read them. It's like they are the oldest text in the library. Carbon dating of the surrounding stone predates any known human civilization by over 10,000 years. No one knows who wrote them. No one has ever disputed their accuracy. And it goes like this. 1, and this is in like a gold. The universe does not care about you. This is not cruelty. It is freedom. Again, this is not written in red ink. Okay. 2, everything that lives will die. Everything that dies continues in a different form. 3, you have already survived every bad day you believed would end you. 4, the kindness you showed when no one was watching was the most important thing you ever did. 5, the thing you are most afraid to say is the thing most necessary to say. 6, every civilization that believed it was the final one was wrong. You are not the exception. 7. This is not the end of this inscription. The rest is written somewhere inside you. All right, next one. The naming of the library, found on the library's foundation stone. Language Proto, Elamite, age 5,000 years old. This text is believed to be the original founding inscription of the library, though no record exists of anyone founding it. The inscription reads as though written after the fact, as though whoever carved it arrived to find the library already standing and simply wrote down what they observed. This is in red ink. I did not build this place, I only recognized it. The inscription continues, not in red ink. It was already here when the first person needed to remember something too large to carry alone. It grows when truth acclimates without a place to go. It will stop growing when nothing true remains unspoken, but that day will not come in any age you can name. Call it a library if you need to call it something, but know that a library is a place you visit. This is a place you arrive at. There is a difference, and there is a difference. You will understand the difference when you have been here long enough. The final line of the foundation stone is not translated. Linguists have examined it. Every linguist who has examined it has eventually produced a different translation. The most commonly agreed upon version is simply, and this is in red ink, welcome. We have been keeping this for you. End of recovered scripts. The Petrified Library remains open. No appointment is necessary. No one has ever left the same way they arrived. All right, I just wanted to read that. I thought there was a forward I had too, but maybe that for another day. All right, until the library speaks again, talk to you later.